Mr. Torres, you're charged with assault of a family member. You are facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
All right, folks, pause for a second. What you're hearing is the famous Miranda warning, the cornerstone of criminal procedure. But here's the real kicker. Even though everyone knows the words, not everyone actually understands the rights they're giving up when they start talking. Quick question for you. If you were in this situation, would you keep talking to police or go stone silent until your lawyer shows up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll tell you what most defense attorneys would say later on.
You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 15, 2024, officers dispatched to a welfare check at a residence in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with the complainant, who was observed to have a fresh, large bump to the back of her head. The complainant was observed to be very scared to speak to law enforcement at the time of their arrival, while the defendant was in the area. The complainant insisted that she wanted to leave the house and get out. The officers made contact with the defendant, who stated that him and the complainant had been dating for about 1 month and had recently had a couple verbal arguments. The defendant stated that he was outside and heard screams coming from inside, and when he came inside, he found the complainant on the floor in the living room and that she had fell from the stepping stool that was in the living room. The defendant stated that the argument never got physical between them, and the officer contacted.
Chills. That statement, "I don't want to die," isn't just emotional, it's potentially damning evidence in court. Think about it. Prosecutors love these moments because they show state of mind and imminent fear of death, which can escalate charges dramatically. Now, imagine being the juror hearing that audio clip. Would you ever forget it? Probably not.
The witness who called in the welfare check and stated that he received a message from the complainant of a picture of a firearm. The witness stated that the complainant began sending him audio through WhatsApp, and on the audio you can hear the complainant say, "Jose, run. He is going over there with a firearm. Run now." The second audio that was sent from the witness, you could hear the complainant telling him, "I was able to take the firearm away from him, but he had a knife. Run." The witness stated he called the complainant and was able to hear a disturbance between the complainant and a male. The complainant tells the witness, "I don't want to die," and the witness then overhears a male yell, "If you call the police, it will get worse." And then that's when the witness heard them arguing, and he can tell the defendant's mouth was then covered and can no longer talk. And then the complainant stated the defendant was upset that her ex-boyfriend was trying to pick her up, so the defendant placed a firearm inside his waist and said he was going to look for her ex-boyfriend, and he left the house. The complainant stated the defendant returned a short period later and continued to argue with her about leaving the house. And when the complainant was exiting the master bedroom and going towards the living room to leave, the defendant pushed her back, causing the complainant to fall to the ground and hitting her head with the floor. The complainant stated she lost consciousness after she fell, but when she woke back up, she was already laying on the bed when the defendant was there pleading that he was sorry and he didn't mean to hurt her. The complainant stated she did feel pain. And that's it, Your Honor.
So it is the pushing and falling on the floor and getting hurt that way. Okay. Mr. Torres, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand? You don't understand?
No, not one time. He said, no, he's not going to have contact.
Okay. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons. No guns. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you have a weapon, if I find that you try to have contact with this person, I'm going to put you in jail and you will not get any more PR bonds. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
You are? I'm entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Yolis Hernandez as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit and act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand? If you violate this court order, the state can and will file an additional charge against you, violation of a protective order, and then it's really bad. Do you understand? If you ever have any questions, Mark can help you and guide you through this. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Metzen. He will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So don't pick up any new cases, no contact and no weapons. That's it. Do you have any questions? Okay. As far as the bond is concerned, we need to take care of that.
Yes.
Do you have any prior criminal history that you guys see? Alex?
I can run his NCIC.
In Texas, no, Your Honor, I don't know. Outside, I doubt anything outside.
Your Honor, I don't see any other criminal history.
Yeah.
Mr. Torres, I'll set your bond at $500 and I will give you a PR bond today. Okay, but I will not give you another PR bond. If you pick up a new case or violate these conditions, I'm gonna take that PR bond in a moment's notice. You understand? Okay, my friend. So take a seat. We'll have you sign all the documents, but don't leave until we let you go. Okay? All right. Okay. You want to do the other gentleman?
Yeah, let's do that.
Is this,
Mr. McDonald, Jonathan McDonald.
all right. So Mr. McDonald, your lawyer wants me to set you a bond. I don't know anything about you. I've never met you before. I know you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, but my main concern are two things. Are you a danger to the community? Number one, if you're not, and my other one is, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction you're wanted from? My other main concern is what you're wanted for, because I don't know. So Amy, tell us about Mr. McDonald.
Yes, Judge Fleischer. So he's wanted from Faulkner County, Arkansas for a theft by receiving 1,000 to 5,000. It's a felony. He looked at his criminal history and would be opposed to a bond at this time. He had concerns about the danger of the community. In particular, he had in 2024 an arrest that resulted in 7 open charges.
So he had 7 open charges did you say last year?
This year, 2024.
Oh,
Yeah. Felony possession of a firearm by certain persons, driving with license suspended, failure to pay a license fee, theft by receiving, which is separate from this one. And then a fake license plate, possession of controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He's also had in 2021 forgery dismissed, felony property dismissed, felony domestic battery 18. He's had a federal firearm charge from 98, federal assault on a postal employee from 99 that ended in probation. And he's had 2 guilty convictions for theft of property and burglary of 88. So at the time, we should be asking for no bond for those reasons.
is he on probation or parole right now? Do you know?
Not that I know of. Dave's gonna come up in a second to tell you for sure, but I don't see that he's on it now.
What's your position?
Judge, we're asking for a bond because it looks like the Faulkner County, Arkansas case is theft by receiving. It's not violent. Additionally, it was a warrant, so there's no failure to appear or any issues like that. I did,
His 8th charge this year, right?
I wasn't aware of that.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, she asked me about being arrested.
Let's not talk about the case.
Okay,
We're talking about my case. My only
Okay.
concern is, I mean, you've got 8 cases this year.
8 cases this year.
May I to the judge? Okay, Judge. I flew into Arkansas. My mom was dying.
Whoa, let's not have that.
Well, I have to give him some background so you can see what happened. I borrowed my ex's vehicle.
No,
to-
let's not just talk about that. Let's just not talk about that.
Okay, well, let me get to it. That's been just, I don't know why that ain't showing up. That's been dismissed. The only thing I've been charged with, the only thing I've agreed to is paraphernalia and her vehicle, not mine, her vehicle. But she's saying, everything.
Is it dismissed? Or out of the 7 charges, what happened?
I'm saying that they're
It was
arrested. Dave
dismissed.
said that they're open charges.
It was dismissed.
Still open.
That's what Dave said. But I am saying that he was arrested for that.
They're all still open.
The prosecutor dismissed all that gun stuff and all that. My lawyer just contacted me last week. the date where everything was supposed to have been done, they changed it to January 25th. I'm pleading out to the insurance and stuff on the vehicle. It wasn't my vehicle, but I'm pleading out to, because I was driving it, and paraphernalia
Okay, so in
That's
January
it.
you'll be pleading.
to prepare paraphernalia. Yeah,
So all
misdemeanor.
seven cases are still.
Everything gone. Only thing is,
My concern is that when you have all those open cases, it makes you more of a flight risk.
I've never flee from anything. In fact, Your Honor,
But you're here.
listen, I didn't flee. I never
I
had.
think it was, they filed a new case.
They
He's saying
filed, I
that
was
it
home.
wasn't, he did not flee. It was a warrant.
Is it to be?
Yes, that's what my client stated.
But what I will tell you, Your Honor, the conviction she meant in 1999, granted, yes, I did go into federal custody. The judge gave me a self-surrender. They sent me a letter saying, be here at this time and this date. I was there. I got there June 14th, 2 o'clock,
You don't mess with
1999.
the feds.
I didn't come out till 2004. But what I'm trying to tell you is, I got sent a letter to come to prison knowing I wouldn't get out for 5 years. I was there. I never ran from anything. I'm not dangerous. I've never not answered anything. Nothing. You will never find that. I've never escaped anything. In fact, if I just be honest with you, Your Honor, I don't even really know if you give me a bond.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second. What you've just seen are three totally different defendants. One facing family violence, another drowning in open charges, and a third dealing with extradition. This is like a crash course in how the justice system balances public safety, legal rights, and resources. My question for you: which of these cases do you think deserved the toughest bond decision? Sound off below, because this is where legal debates really get interesting.
Make it. So I'm like, I told her, you know what? I just do the 14 days
So
or
you don't
whatever.
want a bond?
Well, I want one, but at the same time,
Okay, let's
if it's
just-
gonna be
let's-
a
An extent.
Can I
big
just
bond.
speak for him? Thank you so
I'm
much. I
sorry.
appreciate that. Mr. McDonald also has a couple other background facts that I wanted to make you aware of, Judge. Number one, he does have health issues when he was arrested October 26th, 2 days ago. They took him to Ben Taub. He has a prior heart attack and stents. He says he did get his insulin shot, but he's got some diabetes and high blood pressure issues. So that's just another aspect to consider.
You know, Mr. McDonald, you got to understand this life is so precious. And when you have multiple heart attacks and you're using that kind of dope, you're begging.
Oh,
If you're using any kind of dope,
I've never used drugs.
if you do, you're begging for trouble. So I'm just saying, be careful when you're out there, especially if you have all those health issues. If I were to set you a bond, it would probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of around 5 to 10,000. So
No.
that's what it would normally be with these types of fugitive cases, just so you know.
Okay, Judge, I think we'll keep our waiver.
Okay. Hi, Jay.
Days right now.
Happy Monday, man.
Monday, how are you?
Tell me about, this is Mr. Tapia?
Tapia, Johnny.
So just with the, at very little notice, but he's wanted out of New Mexico for 2 counts of aggravated battery of a household member by impeding, interfering communication, and tampering with evidence. Due to the severity of the charges and the amount of charges, is that we would be opposed to a bond. I was also seeing that he was part of a protective order back in October of this year, and it's still current. It's the temporary protective order that's still active for another month, with the, I'm presuming, the one for the impeding as a protected party.
So he has 2 open aggravated assault cases by strangulation?
Strangulation or suffocation, interference with communications, battery on a household member, tampering with evidence, with, it says in parentheses, so I'm not really sure how it's, but it says in this verbatim, highest crime, a capital first or second degree felony. And they want no bond in New Mexico.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a little bit too much baggage for me, Mr. Tapia. You know, I just, with all those charges, it makes you just too much of a flight risk for me. And it's just too much. It's just too dangerous. I'm sorry.
Even if I were to buy a plane ticket the next day, Your Honor?
Can't take a plane. You've got a warrant for your arrest. You get on a plane, they're going to arrest you the minute you try to get on. You can't take a plane. You got to find another way My concern is that if we let you out, you're not gonna go back, you'll take flight, and that's the main concern. Has he waived yet?
Not yet, Judge.
So the way it works now is if you waive extradition, we give that jurisdiction 14 days to come get you. And if they fail to come get you within that time, then we release you, or Harris County releases you.
So on the 15th day, I would be released.
Again, we talked about that, but again, the law says up to 30 days. Most likely it's 14 days, but except for extenuating circumstances, which we
The
discussed.
law says 30, but we have so many people in Harris County and so many people in jail. As a courtesy, we do 14 days, right? Sometimes, every so often, they'll ask for an extension. I may grant it, I may not. It depends on how much they want, you know. But typically, by and large, it's 14 days. And if they don't come within that time, they file a dismissal and they release you. But you got to understand, even if that happens, the warrant is always there and it will always remain there until you go back and take care of it.
Yes, sir. That's
So-
what I want to do is just take care of it. So
Well, we'll get you there for free here soon.
is it up to you guys or is it up to Albuquerque to?
It's up to them to actually come and get you. So we reach out to them and let them know, hey, we've got Mr. Tapi here. Can you come get him? And then depending on how many people. Like, is it Albert? You said
Yeah,
Albuquerque?
it's New Mexico. It's Albuquerque.
From New Mexico, you know, they may want to try to get everybody at the same time. So that's where they try to arrange it all at one time. They don't want to come back and forth because it's thousands of dollars that they're spending just to come get you. You know, it's expensive. It's not cheap. And I'll tell you this too, guys, you know, when you pick up multiple fugitive cases, depending on where jurisdiction you're from, they may try to recover that money from you. So you got to be careful. You don't keep picking these cases up because they're going to charge you.
I didn't even know I had a warrant out. That's so.
Well, be careful, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, did you want to waive formal extradition?
I believe that's what I signed, right? I waived it.
The 14 days?
Yes, the 14
Is that
days.
what you want to do?
Yes, yes.
Okay, guys. We wish you the best of luck. Okay.
Judge.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, you're gonna go right back through that door again for me.